Every time you want to share something with your ex, make a YouTube video about it instead. Remember that sexual energy is creative energy. One spiritual reason that romantic relationships leave our lives is because we need to be redirecting that creative energy towards something else. One of the reasons that my last romantic connection got cut off was because putting my creative energy in that direction would have been a misdirection of where I need to be actually putting it, which is in creating my dream life. And this is a part of a larger story in my life. I've realized that I pick romantic relationships and friendships that simply cannot give me what I need, even if they genuinely love me. And that is a subconscious programmed pattern that I learned as a child from my parents. That is exactly my dynamic with my parents. And I've lost some friends as well. And when I've reflected about why, I've realized that we have different values and we have different things that we want in this life. I had this one friend, and when I really thought about it, she's always like, I don't want to talk too deep. Like, she just wants to have fun. Her whole life goal is to be pretty, have cute clothes, and to have fun. And I had a conflict with her, and she didn't respond. And it took me by surprise because I've known this person my entire life, and we've really been through a lot together. And she didn't care to resolve that conflict with me. We're in no contact right now because I told her, reach out to me when you have time. And just like I would say this about a boy, it's not that you don't have time. It's that you don't have time for me, which means you don't value me. You don't respect me. But if I think about it, of course she doesn't value what I have to say if I'm always being too deep and my goals aren't to just be beautiful and to have fun. I, of course, want to be beautiful and have clothes and makeup and have fun, but that isn't my main focus right now at all. And I realized that when I'm around her, I'm always being defined by what I'm not, which is not focused on having fun. And I just thought of it as, like we're really different, but I still love you and I still care about you. But again, right now, God is literally blocking off every single thing that isn't aligned. I have to be so focused right now and running full speed ahead. I cannot be slowed down by anyone. And it's so crazy because I had a crush on this guy like a couple of years ago now who I knew wasn't good for me. And that's what he was doing. He was a really great guy. And honestly, he taught me a lot about self-belief, and being around him felt so good because he believed in himself and he believed in me. And that's a lesson that I really needed to learn. And I was kind of like, why am I so attracted to this person who is like definitely not my type and I can definitely tell is wrong for me, but I'm just like drawn to him. And the reason I was drawn to him is because he was a version of me that I needed to be, which is to deeply believe in myself. And also, he had a similar wound to me. He kept choosing people around him who needed him to save them, and it was slowing him down. It was like a ship that needed to go forward on the journey, but it had all of these anchors tying him down. It's just so slow when you don't have people who are like-minded, who are pushing you and cheering you on. And when I think about all of the friendships that I had, they're either people who needed me, so they're not equals, it's not reciprocal, and or people who like simply cannot be on my level, like they can't be on my intellectual level or spiritual level or ambition level. And when I'm with them, they are reaffirming to me what I am not. Like when I was hanging out with that girl, like I'm not cool enough, meaning I'm not up with the trends enough and I'm not fun enough, even though my strengths are insight and depth and character and drive and discipline, all these things that I really deeply value. Those other things I know will come as I focus on my mission and my purpose, but we are simply not aligned. And I have to, for the time being at least, orbit away and let go of how painful it was to be rejected by that person and for them to truly not care at all to resolve a conflict that we had. Because really, the way that you know that somebody loves you is that they're willing to resolve conflict. And she was just like, no, I just don't want to deal with you. and I'm just going to live my nice little life where everything is taken care of for me. I just don't want to deal with the pain that you're going through. And I'm like, oh, wow, you left me. You left me when I was in need and I needed somebody to be there with me. It was just such a slap in the face. It's a blessing to be rejected by people who define you by what you're not. I had such a good relationship with my parents, and suddenly that dissolved really quickly during this whole time period. And I'm like, why? And I'm like, oh, they define me as not Christian enough, not conservative enough. We don't have the same values. So right now, I know that I need to pace up and find those people who value the same things as me. I was texting a friend of mine, and her name is Scarlett. She's this incredible woman. She's entrepreneurial. We're really at the same frequency. Like, we're both very ambitious. We're both women in music and who make content. And she just texted me, like, just in case anyone hasn't told you today, like, you are that girl and you inspire me so much. And I'm like, it honestly makes me a little bit emotional, because I'm like, this is foreign to me. To actually have people who are like gassing me up and who are encouraging me. I'm so used to having people in my life who don't show up for me, which is programming from my childhood. I'm so okay with people not asking me questions about my life, really just not valuing me and not seeing the value in me. And having someone actually say to me, like, just to let you know, like, you're that girl, I'm like, and not having to just find that from within and do it from within, which is really helpful as well. But like, actually attracting people in my life who define me as what I am. And when I'm with them, I'm reminded of who I am, not reminded of who I'm not. And that is going to be my litmus test as I try to break this programming. Do you remind me of who I am? Or do you remind me of who I'm not? I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not beautiful enough. I'm not materialistic enough. I'm not fun enough, right? I don't want to be around people who see me as that. I'm reminded, like, oh, I'm brilliant. I'm insightful. I'm ambitious. Like, be around people like that. And it's so funny because one of my biggest friend breakups, the girl told me that one of the things that she hated about me was that I always picked people who wanted to worship me. Like, that was her comment. And I'm like, you mean I want to be around people who actually like me instead of people like you who don't and who are hard on themselves and therefore hard on everybody around them? Like, I do want to be around people who actually celebrate me. I thought that was a really interesting thing to say, as if we don't all want to be with people who actually celebrate us and like us. I think that she just didn't like me. So that is definitely a pattern that I want to break, is only being around people who remind me of who I am, instead of continuing to reaffirm all of these things that I am not. That's a big one for me. And that's all I have to share for today. Thank you again, as always, for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.